Doctor Who Season 2 is well and truly on its way. It's been so long since we've actually heard proper official things. There's been rumourings and whisperings about cancellations, about a 15th Doctor regeneration into the 16th Doctor, even about David Tennant coming back. But it's nice to finally have some fully official news. The BBC have officially released a couple of new posters. They've announced a returning guest star for Season 2, which is pretty exciting. And once again, because it wouldn't be a Doctor Who news video without some mad controversy. At least that's the way it feels at the moment. They've made another incredibly bonkers, bizarre, controversial decision, which I can't lie, I'm not fully on board with. But we'll discuss all of that later. Let's first run you through the current headlines. First up, not strictly Doctor Who related, but Jodie Whittaker did this really cool interview where she talks about taking on the role and receiving criticism and just being the first female Doctor. I don't want to give too much away in this video, but it's an interesting read, so go and check it out. Doctor Who magazine also returns this month. I say returns this month, it's a monthly magazine, and has been for quite some time. But the new edition of Doctor Who magazine, it's out this month. In this edition of the magazine, there's an interview with Varada Sethu, and there's an interview with Sacha Darwin, there's an interview with Waris Hussein, and for some strange reason, William Hartnell is who takes up the front cover. I mean, good for you, William, but what are you doing there? Doctor Who Season 2, like the new era, it's launching soon. Why isn't Varada or even Ncuti on the front cover? But that's just a nerd complaining. Let's get into the more meaty stuff. Disney Plus put out this tweet. It's been written in the stars. Doctor Who Season 2 starts streaming on Disney Plus April 12th. So that goes for everyone, whether you're in the United Kingdom or not. April 12th is when Doctor Who restarts, which I think is about a month earlier than last year's season. So it's not even been a full year. That's quite nice. It's a shame we're probably going to be put on hiatus after this, but never mind. Now, who's this returning guest star, I hear you cry? Well, it's the wonderful Alan Cumming, who also, if you're interested in my second most viewed video of all time, played the Scarecrow in an adaptation of The Wizard of Oz. He's also the host for US Traitors. And he's done loads of stuff. He was also the Witchfinder General in The Witchfinders, the Doctor Who episode, and he's playing this cartoon guy called Mr. Ringading, who we saw in the trailers. A lot of people kind of assumed he was a god, but it doesn't look necessarily like that's exactly what's happening here, although there are leaks. Skip ahead literally 10 seconds if you don't want any leaks, but there are leaks suggesting, seriously skip ahead, that, Harbinger was mentioned in this episode, so maybe he's a god, maybe he's not. Let's just read the article. Get ready to meet Mr. Ringading when Doctor Who I keep saying that name in a semi-serious voice. Anyway, Doctor Who returns on the 12th of April. The cast of Doctor Who Season 2 continues to grow as Emmy Award winner Alan Cumming is set to guest star in its second episode, previously appearing in the Whoniverse as King James I. That's a good point, actually. He wasn't the Witchfinder General. He made Graham the Witchfinder General. He was King James I, which is arguably a bigger role. But he was definitely one of the best things about The Witchfinders as an episode. I'm not the biggest fan of that episode. Let me know your thoughts of it in the comments, but I thought Alan Cumming gave a fun performance. He lends his voice in Season 2 to Mr. Ringading. Let's have a Ringading counter every time that name gets said. A happy, funny, sing-along cartoon who lives in Sunnytown with his friend Sunshine Sally. However, in 1952, after years of repeats in the cinema across the land, Mr. Ringading suddenly looks beyond the screen and sees the real world outside, and the consequences are terrifying. I can't lie, that sounds like a banger of an episode. I'm genuinely really excited for that. Yeah, I think that there's probably going to be a god of something involved in that episode as well. We know as well that Mrs. Flood is, for some reason, in 1952 in this episode. So there's a lot of stuff happening here. I think it's also set to be episode 2. I mean, they haven't confirmed that in this article yet, but I'm pretty sure it's episode 2, which, you know what, I'm here for. Exciting stuff. Russell T Davies, showrunner, has said only Alan Cumming could give such a runaway cartoon so much wit, malice, danger, and fun. He makes the whole universe of Doctor Who wilder and madder than ever, and it's an absolute honour to welcome him aboard the TARDIS. He's already been aboard the TARDIS, technically. Well, technically not aboard the TARDIS, but maybe this means the cartoon guy's going to become a companion. You know what? That'd be kind of wild, but I'd be here for it. That's what Doctor Who needs. It needs fresh ideas, new things, and I think this does sound like not a fully unique concept, because I mean there's an episode of Torchwood where like the people from the movie come out of the cinema screen, but the fact that he's an animated character in real life gaining consciousness, I can't lie, that I'm here for this. Now here is where we get to the controversy, which, as I say, I'm not really on board with. Something needed to be done, something needed to be changed, but I don't know why on earth they have changed it to this. Season 2 will officially launch on Saturday the 12th of April, that's good, at 8 AM on BBC iPlayer, and later that day on BBC One in the UK. 8 AM? Why? Why 8 AM? Like, I get not wanting to release it at midnight anymore, but, I mean, I don't know, it feels like a really random time. I'd rather it be released at midnight, because then I'm awake at midnight. I'm not awake at 8 AM. Why would I be awake at 8 AM? But then I suppose that's kind of a me problem, maybe for the general public. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments. I do think, though, a lot of people, because Doctor Who's trying to, like, it's one of the big hitters for my age group, and like Gen Z as well. Like, I don't know, people aren't really going to watch it at 8 AM. One of the problems with releasing it on iPlayer in the first place is that you kind of lose that feeling of it being an event. Like, everyone sit down and watch Doctor Who when it comes out. But you at least kind of got that with Midnight. Like, there were multiple times last year where me and either my uni housemates or like the Doctor Who Discord group we have would specifically meet up and count down till midnight and watch the episode, and it felt a little bit like an event. Sure, it wasn't quite as fun as like the 7 PM wait on BBC One and watch it, but 8 AM, I feel like it just loses all sense of event at all. It's sort of like, why just 8 in the morning? But on the positive sides for me personally, I mean, that gives me a full day to make multiple videos. As well, though, this is for international audiences, because I presume 8 AM will line up with a lot of other countries, like releasing mid-afternoon or mid-morning or something along those lines. And because it is this co-partnership as well, I get why they have to put it on streaming. I just think, I don't know how this is going to help the viewing figures, I can't lie. Like, you may as well have just stuck with midnight. 8 AM, maybe I'm missing something here. Let me know in the comments why you think they've changed it to 8 AM, because I'm genuinely kind of confused. Like, why? I suppose one nice thing is that people won't have to necessarily worry about spoilers, because I know a lot of people last season who aren't like teenagers or students and have full-time jobs, a lot of people would just watch it in the morning. So from their point of view, I get the benefit of it, but I don't know, I think 8 AM, it's just a bit random, really. Like, I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter when Doctor Who's on. I'm going to watch it whenever it comes out. That's just the facts. But yeah, that does wrap up this short news video. Let me know your thoughts on all of this stuff in the comments down below. As ever, if you did enjoy, please do remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It really helps me out a lot. Check out the Patreon for exclusive behind the scenes on Doctor Who Echoes Destiny and some more long-form videos coming very soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.